What's happening, guys? Acrinator here, and welcome to another episode of World of Warcraft Dungeon Overview. Last episode we got a look at Razorfen Crawl, and this episode we're going to take a look at Maraudon. Yes, we are doing the entire dungeon in one go. Originally I was considering doing 3 wings separately, but this is easier for organizational purposes. So I will be running through it with my level 100 Retribution Tauren Paladin right there. And with that being said, let's get straight into it. Within Desolace, on the continent of Kalimdor, you'll find many tribes of the once proud Centaur race. They're of ancient descent, said to be the bastard children of Zaytar, eldest son of Cenarius, and Theradras, daughter of Therazane. Zaytar rejected his duties as a keeper of the grove in order to be with his beloved Theradras. There is no specific information on Cenarius or Therazane's reaction to this relationship, or even information on if they learned of it while it was happening. Zaytar and Theradras attempted to keep their bond a secret, and considering the past quarrels between the forces of nature and the earth elementals, that was probably a good idea. Soon after the birth of the Centaur race, Kulk, the first Khan, slew Zaytar. The unholy creations of a forbidden love, the Centaurs began establishing their own tribes and strongholds within Desolace, readying themselves for war. Lust for power and domination ran deep in their corrupted veins, and the Centaurs wielded ambitions of ruling over the whole of Kalimdor. Recently, the Centaurs have been confined to Desolace and aren't given much room for expanding their power. There are 5 separate tribes that consistently war with each other in petty attempts to grab at what little power they can still claim for themselves. There have also been rumors of satyrs and other agents of the Burning Legion taking shelter within Maraudon. One otherwise nameless centaur, known as the Pariah, has tasked adventurers with trekking into the centaur holy ground of Maraudon to free Zaytar's spirit from his eternal prison, hopefully allowing for peace among the centaur tribes. Maraudon is a level 30 to 44 dungeon located in the Valley of Spears of Desolace. Finding the entrances to the 3 wings isn't really difficult by itself, but finding the entrance to the hub and finding the correct entrance to the specific wing you want may be tricky. The entrance you see me taking here is the one for the first wing of the dungeon, since I'm running through the entire instance for this overview, and need to start at the beginning. Pay close attention to your map when running through the underground hub, so you don't wind up at the wrong wing entrance. Considering you'll have to worry about aggroing enemies as well as navigating through the maze-like tunnels, this could easily be one of the most aggravating entrances to find in the entire game. The first boss of Maraudon is Noxian. Noxian was created by Lord Viletongue as an embodiment of the corruption the demonic influences within the caverns have brought about. It has been tasked to be a powerful and loyal pet to Theradras in order to quell her loneliness. During the fight, Noxian will periodically cast Toxic Volley, inflicting all players with nature damage and leaving a nature DOT ticking every 3 seconds for 15 seconds. Noxian will also split his body into 5 smaller elementals and cannot be reformed until all 5 are taken out. The second boss of Maraudon is Lash. Lash was made by Viletongue for much the same purpose as Noxian, and can often be seen traveling through the caverns with its poison elemental companion. These two have quickly become Theradras' favorite companions, given free access to the entirety of the caverns to spread their corruption. During the fight, Lash will cast Puncture, damaging its current target every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. It can also cast Cleave, damaging its current target and up to 2 other nearby enemies. The third boss of Maraudon is Tinkerer Gizlok. Gizlok is the only survivor of a gem mining expedition into the caverns gone horribly wrong. The satyrs slaughtered his companions and drove Gizlok to madness. He now thinks of himself as the subterranean ruler of Maraudon. During the fight, Gizlok will throw a bomb at a random player, damaging all those caught within 5 yards of the explosion. He will also use his Goblin Dragon Gun to deal fire damage to all players standing in front of him for 8 seconds. This last bit is made just to screw with hunters, I'm sure. Gizlok will throw a flash bomb, sending beasts fleeing if they're caught within 5 yards of the blast. The fourth boss of Maraudon is Lord Viletongue. Satyr Lord of all the Burning Legion's actions in Maraudon, Viletongue first traveled to the caverns when he heard of Theradras' corruption within them. The princess was wary of him at first, but he eventually earned her trust by creating her such beloved companions as Noxian and Lash, proving his worth as an ally. During the fight, Lord Viletongue can use Blink, teleporting himself 20 yards forward. He can also throw a smoke bomb, stunning all players caught within 5 yards of the impact. The fifth boss of Maraudon is Celebras the Cursed. Son of Remulos, grandson of Cenarius, and nephew of Zaytar, Keeper of the Grove Celebras gathered his Dryad sisters in order to free his uncle's spirit from his eternal imprisonment. However, he underestimated the power of the corruption within the caverns and was quickly overcome, driven mad. Anyone with a druid will probably recognize some of these abilities, as Celebras uses corrupted versions of a few common druid spells. Celebras will cast Corrupt Force of Nature, summoning 3 Trents to defend him during the encounter. He'll also cast Corrupt Tranquility, dealing nature damage to all players, slowing them for 70% run speed, and increasing their time in between attacks by 300%. Celebras can cast Entangling Roots on a random player, rooting them for 5 seconds. The sixth boss of Maraudon is Landslide. Landslide used to cultivate the many crystalline structures found throughout the cavern, that is, before Theradras moved in and enthralled the once peaceful giant to do her bidding. During the fight, Landslide will cast Landslide, stunning all players for 8 seconds and summoning a Theradrim Shardling every 2 seconds. The seventh boss of Maraudon is Rotgrip. Rumored to have been an inhabitant of the cave for millennia, this crocolisk only gained more attention after Hemet Nessingwary proclaimed that Rotgrip couldn't be found. Since then, many amateur trackers have tried their luck in finding this ancient creature, but none have returned to tell the tale. During the fight, Rotgrip can cast Fatal Bite on his current target, healing itself for double the amount of damage it dealt. Because of this, Rotgrip is often skipped due to how annoying he can be with unskilled party members. The eighth and final boss of Maraudon is Princess Theradras. After the centaurs slaughtered their father, a grieving Theradras buried Zaytar's remains inside of Maraudon in hopes of keeping her children from the wrath of Cenarius. Being the sole daughter of Therazane the Stone Mother, Theradras does have ties to the old gods, and has been influenced to spread corruption throughout her new home. She currently resides in Zaytar's tomb, now filled by the Keeper's spirit's blessing with lush greenery that cannot be corrupted. Theradras guards over the soul of her lost lover from all those who would dare to break them apart yet again. During the fight, Theradras will cast Repulsive Gaze, fearing her current target as well as all caught within 8 yards of said target for 6 seconds. She can throw a boulder at a random player, damaging them, interrupting spellcasting, and stunning them for 2 seconds. Theradras will periodically cast Dust Field, damaging all players and knocking them back. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and maybe even learned something new about Maraudon. So, as always, leave your comments in the comment section below if you have any ideas about anything else you might want to see me play. And the comment question still stands, try and guess the intro and outro songs to my videos. They're always the same, I never change them. Be sure to follow me on Instagram for the latest updates on when I'll be uploading YouTube videos, as well as when I'll be streaming on Twitch and other random gaming related posts. Be sure to follow my partner in crime, Sir John Mac's channel. He posts something every now and then, and it's usually pretty entertaining, whatever it is. So, if you like this video, be sure to click that like button, and if you want to see more like it, maybe even subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And that's all the time I got for today, guys, so until next time, don't die.